Alright guys, hello and welcome back. It is time for the first game of the finals. It is going to be Eager facing off against Return in this one. Legion, with a bit of an upset in the semifinals, going to be going on to the third place match.
Yep, so with this, I believe a first place will secure them the first seed in Challengers Cup, and if Legion takes fourth over in the third place consolation match, that will also secure Eager for first. But picks and bans straight up. Cirquet Bologna, no surprise. Bastet, Sylvanas, no surprise. And once again, an instant lock. Batz coming out for Eager. We saw how well Dare played with it across the map last game.
This does leave quite a few picks up and open for Return to pick up. There's a Thor available and Athena available, but they're going for an Isis insta-lock immediately. This isn't necessarily a bad option. Lassus does love to play Isis himself, so maybe a little bit of a directed kind of counter pick towards Lassus, but that does mean potentially Athena can get picked up by Eager. Thor can get picked up. There's a lot of strong AD carries as well. They're leaving a lot open potentially for Eager to answer back with, but they are going to lock in Thor here.
Yeah, the Thor pick's always solid. In conjunction with Isis, it works really well. Isis, a very strong counter to Thor. I'm assuming that's what they were going for. They wanted to pick up the Thor early, but they didn't want to risk the instant Isis pickup since Lassus is very proficient with it. The silence and stun just do too much to counter him, so that's what they're going to pick up. And then it looks like an Athena and an Agni. Agni is a god that can fit into any team composition, and Athena, very strong, second best support in the game right now, I'd say.
Yeah, Agni being played by Lassus is also absolutely terrifying. It is his most played god, arguably better than his Athena or his Isis as well. So it could be scary giving that over to him. That said, you really can't ban him out. His god pool is fairly large, although we really only have seen the Agni Isis, Yanis pick up by him. Support, however, does get locked in by Return. It's going to be Geb picked up and immediately banning out on her, trying to take off some of these AD carry options off the table.
Yep. Something to note, though, is we do have that Athena could be a solo laner. Anatoly, very proficient in the Sobek solo lane like we saw last game, and Athena being played in solo lane at the top SPL levels here. It looks like they're just waiting on their pick. Probably going to be a Hunter here. Yeah, so they're probably going to look to take Uller. Very strong right now in the meta, and with On Her gone, he's really dominates the lane outside of like an AMC.
Yeah, definitely. He's pretty much... No. Ooh, last second swap. Gonna go to Xbalanque. I'll say Ull's a pretty midline. He's never really down and out in that pickup. Can have some mana issues early potentially, but he's a pretty safe pickup. He's not has a pretty strong, fairly decent early game, fairly decent mid game, fairly decent late game as well. Not like Xbalanque or Cupid generally has a stronger early game. Xbalanque, more balanced and gets better late game if he can get his passive built up. Ull's kind of just like a standard, always pretty darn good type of AD carry. But they're looking for... They picked up Xbalanque, and Cupid's getting looked at on the other side, kind of like quote-unquote hard counter to Xbalanque.
Yeah, he's just does so well in lane, and Xbalanque, who has to really come out to the side to use his poison darts to clear efficiently. One good heart bomb really shuts him down, but it looks like Vamana will be picked up for the soul lane. So no Athena in the soul lane. Vamana, very good. And I really like kind of the dispersed across the board. They have the Vamana for super late game for Eager. They have the Cupid for super early game. The Athena good across the whole map, the whole time. Agni good the whole time. And Humbot's good the whole time. So they have that hyper late game in Vamana, and then a good spread of mid game team fighting.
Yep, so it's down to Return right now. They need to answer back with what should be a solo lane pickup right here. There's a lot of options available. Vamana, like you said, big late game. They could look for something to bully him out early. There's some gods available to him. Hercules is getting hovered over right now, would definitely fit the bill going into this one. He can bully him around, mitigate wounds from early on, means any little poke he takes, he's going to heal straight on back up. He's likely going to start with a Bluestone Pendant into that mana buff, which means his mana bar is not going to be moving from pretty much completely full for the, well, until the mana buff wears off.
I really want to see Return take the early game here. If they don't win the early game, their late game just isn't going to compare, I believe, to Eager here. The Isis, while good at all parts of the game, she excels early, and she doesn't have the burst potential that, say, an Agni or Poseidon will late game. It's really reliant on the good ult placement, the good circle protection, and basically baiting the other team into standing in it through counter engages. Without that, they don't really have damage elsewhere except for Xbalanque.
Indeed. So with that said, guys, the anti-ghost timer is already ticked down. We have a match available. We're going to cut to a very brief little break, get ourselves all synced up and ready to go. So we'll see you guys in about a minute with the first game between Eager and Return in this best of 3 finals for Week 6 of the North American Challenger Cup. Alright guys, hello and welcome back. It is going to be Eager facing off its return in this first game of the finals. I am Zayden here with Adonis, stepping in for Hindu today. Going to those finals, Adonis. We've seen Eager here 5 of the 6 weeks so far. They're looking to lock in that first place seeding, get themselves some extra cash. They already have that seat to the SPL qualifiers, which I imagine is what they were really after, but you know, some extra money is always a nice little benefit. Extra
money is always good. So yeah, first place win for Eager here. And they will pick up the first seed in Challenger Cup heading into the summer relegations. Little bit of warding coming on early here. Let's see. I don't think either team wants to invade. I'm actually a little bit surprised here that Return sitting in their mid tower. They do have the Hercules Isis Thor combo early. I actually think they have a better early game. I'm a little surprised that they're electing not to invade, or at least group up and look for a pick.
Xbalanque needed the geography lesson before this game got underway, apparently. Just observing the globe, as Geb was, demonstrating. This is where you're from. This is South America. This is where the pyramids are, and we're currently in Europe with the Mount Olympus and all this stuff over here. So there's some good stuff. Some learning is always a good thing. But like you said, there was some pretty big invade potential that they're not going to have coming out. Early wards were placed down at least, so they'll have kind of an idea of what these guys look to do. But Eager, once again, starting with his back harpy into the speed buff, into the mana buff camp. I wouldn't be surprised if Dedicator does an early rotation, never actually goes to the solo lane.
Yep, Return actually doing the same thing. They're electing to do back harpies first and then go into the speed buff. They have the double hand of the gods, which is most likely why they're doing. I think they're going to triple camp before they go into lane. They know they're going to have the better lane clear early, and they know they're going to be able to clear these buff camps extremely fast.
Indeed. Is the head over? There's the hand of the gods coming out a second time. Mid lane, a little bit of back and forth going on. Lassus and Cloud Devion, excuse me, going out. It's going to be fun as this game goes on. Cloud, with all your shenanigans. Left side as well. Zatman looking for aggression on the weapon. Didn't quite find the Harp Bomb. Oh, there's the Harp Bomb stun coming out finally. So Eager, straight out of the gates, looking to apply aggression across the map.
Yep, and we knew this dual lane probably would. I'm a little surprised that Agni's been so aggressive against the Isis. That could be really dangerous. But there's the early rotation from Dare to Care, like you said. Wow, it doesn't look like he recognizes it there, I guess. He's just going to back off there and play safe. Solo lane, Anatoly's just, yeah, he's just going to lose a little bit of gold.
It's one of those tricky things as Agni. If you path the flames aggressively initially to wave clear, someone could look to punish you for doing it, because you're in the middle of a minion wave, you can't fight back without taking a whole bunch of extra archer poke, and essentially, the enemy mid laner can look to force you to use a health potion early, and I believe that was in fact the case. If I could find less on the side. Now he's still sitting on both the starting potions, so not too much, just basic regen was able to keep him up.
Yep, Vampiric Shroud being very effective there. We're just going to see some very, very meta camp splitting. Anatoly actually getting really low over in the soul lane. Driving Strike not up, so not going to get pulled into tower, but does push some minions under Salt Machine's tower here. Yeah, Grishank rotating back into the mid with Wow.
Lassus caught up by that Tectonic Rift. The damage coming out. Cloud will pick up that first blood kill onto Lassus. This could be a pretty big thing early on. Isis does kind of win this lane up against Agni until level 5, especially when the Rainfire comes online for that wave clear for Agni. The punishment right side, Anatoly caught by the Earthbreaker. Driving Strike again on cooldown from wave clear. Not going to be able to...
One more auto attack will do it. Oh, great slow. Driving Strike just barely misses. Anatoly doing that. Anatoly just outplaying Salt Machine. You can actually hear him spam taunting a little bit there. Salt Machine just barely missing one auto to secure the kill.
Yeah, it's a rough lane. Vamana, Hercules definitely has the upper hand, especially if those Earthbreakers connect. That one just barely missing again. But as things go forward, Anatoly's looking for a lot of poke and harassment, and he's getting very low in the middle of this. Boulder does come out, the bounce connects, but he needed the one more hit. There's the Colossal Fury from Anatoly. His health bar is going to shoot straight back up. Look to apply a little damage to Salt Machine, but under the tower, he's not going to be looking to dive only at level 5 with, well, nothing as far as defensive or health items are concerned.
Camp's about to come up. Thor's in the air. This is what I wanted to see come out from them, but no one's really in position to go. Actually, they're going to hit Aurora here. A good stun could lock him in place. Spirit Ball comes through. Misses, but Grishank will pick up the kill there. That's the early game fight I wanted to see from this team coming out from Return. You have the Isis, you have the Thor. You have to fight the mid camps. You can't let Eager get to late game.
Without a doubt. They need to keep this up as well. They can't just say, oh, we got 2 good picks. Good job, guys. Let's farm up. They need to keep this aggression going. Grishank, caught by the stun under his tower, will kind of sneak out alive. There's the Field of a drop down. Zatman coming from this left lane. Harp Bomb will miss, but the Fields of Love is going to be down in time. Not long enough, however, to teleport from the hammer.
Big misplay by Zatman. A little surprised about that. Actually, Athena coming through. Dare's not going to be jumping, though. Big misplay by Zatman there. Electing not to drop the cripple before trying to hit the Heart Bomb. Yeah. So missed the Heart Bomb. Didn't able to do much. Actually, Aurora going to dash taunt in here in mid lane, but Wubbin with the immediate reaction. heals up, makes Clow immune to CC there.
Indeed. Certain protection drop down. They're just looking to pop for a little bit of wave clear. They don't want to stick around with Cloud that low on health, but they at the same time do not want to have him lose experience and allow Lassus to start catching back up in this. So as Lassus is, shown during picks and bans, Agni is his most played god. He's very comfortable on it. The damage coming out, don't expect to see many missed bombs. Don't expect to see many missed stun combos. He is going to be on the ball, I expect, with that Agni. But that early game fight, a long-range Spirit Ball into a Shockwave, into any sort of crowd control, makes it a lot easier to set that up and hit that Spirit Ball. And Spirit Ball can do a lot of damage.
Oh yeah, it can really chunk, especially if you level it up. First, he's not though. He's going to like to go the Wind Gust. That's very standard. Eager not able to invade this game like we saw last game, having to do with the early pressure that we see Return put out. I'm actually really surprised we're seeing so much aggression in the Soul Lane between Hercules and Vamana. Typically, both of them like to farm up into late game. They both scale very well off items, but Anatoly and Soul Machine just continuously being aggressive in this lane.
Anatoly did pick up the Smithy's Hammer as well, getting some extra protections online. Soul Machine's going to have a much harder time actually applying poke damage, just with the extra protections coming out. Mid lane, Dare to Care finds a pick onto Cloud with the help of Lassus. Darkest Knight's coming out, Thor looking to answer back into Lassus. The combo is good, didn't quite need the boulder, just thrown across the mid lane for the heck of it. As Anatoly looks to rotate back over, might get caught out himself. He does have Colossal Fury available if it's needed. Clear the path as well is a great method of escaping. He's going to kind of spin that little sword around, get back out more or less safely. Although Colossal Fury make it for us, and there it is.
Yep, that was a goal there. They knew they couldn't really kill him, just look force it out. But over in left lane, we actually see Athena all come through. Great taunt actually going to break the Rising Jaguar. He's going to just be stuck in place there, and Zatman picks up a kill in left lane.
And with that kill coming out, Eager immediately invading the jungle of Return. This is similar to what we saw last game. They look to start taking kills, they tank those kills, and they turn those into some sort of objective. Gold Fury maybe a little early for that. Let's just take a damage buff instead. And maybe look for another kill in the mid lane. Aurora might have been considering a kill on the pick on the Cloud. As over in the right lane, fight still going. Gershank low. Lassus answers one back over there. 1 for 1 over there. Totally fell. That Colossal Fury was down. That's a big part of his kit. That's his kind of big escape. Clear the path is good, but apparently not good enough in that particular instance.
Yep, we will see Eager here pick up these mid camps. Actually, a blink in by a Wubben. Cataclysm on 2. We're going to see Cloud trying to put out some damage, but just not enough burst there. His ult was available. I'm surprised we didn't see that immediately popped. I guess he was just a little bit out of position. But the back and forth from these teams is insane, as we actually see Salt Machine counter the blue over on that Soul Lane side. So lots of buff stealing, lots of back and forth kills. Lassus taking a little bit of damage here in mid, as it looks like we're going to see a Gold Fury attempt come out from Team Return. Isis ult is available, but so is Fear No Evil.
There is a ward in that Gold Fury pit. They are aware this is going on. Circle protections drop down. It's going to make it quite easy to secure. Here comes the Athena looking to steal this one away. Will it be good? They will not steal it, but the damage coming out right now from Lassus is shredding those health bars. That man finds number 1, looking for the second kill on Nevin right now. Aurora going to actually turn back around. So there's a fight going on by the Gold Fury pit. Derek in the back looking for Gershank. Zap getting low as well. Cloud doing a lot of work onto him. Going to drop those little dumplings down. Look to heal himself back up as Lassus finds a nice stun. Interrupts the teleport hammer. He's going to get picked up. Gershank was not able to get away from that one. So Gold Fury went to Return.
Fantastic. Yeah, fantastic stun coming out from Lassus there. Aurora actually going to look to taunt Pain Deviande, but Salt Machine with a great return. Going to pick up the kill. Anatoly just going to clear the path out of the tower. Great return kill by Hercules there, but that was a huge misplay. That fight should have gone in Return's favor. Thor was actually up in the air just as the Ice Assault was popped, but he waited too long to come crashing down. The Athena came down, got a ton of damage, taunts off, and then we just saw Zatman get dove in the back by Gershank, but he missed. So Gershank just wasn't in the fight, didn't have his AoE burst, and I think that was the big mistake from Return. I think they would have won if we saw Gershank go on that fight.
They at least get the Gold Fury. That doesn't mean gold won their favor, but they lost overall with the experience from those kills. Kind of a back and forth trade as far as that's concerned. That's been the story of this game entirely. Last is playing a dangerous game mid lane, but Cloud's out of mana. He's fairly safe, but as Gershank arrives, Path of Flames, barely avoiding that wall. If he had gotten caught on the other side, that could have ended quite badly for Lassus.
Yeah, Gershank is an incredible Thor player, but his combos right now have not been up to his standard. We're seeing a lot of missed stuns. Actually, as Aurora is going to dash in once again, going on Wubba, they're just looking to try and get some poke, looking to pick up this Geb if he takes one step out of that tower.
Over to Soul Lane, the back and forth fight, slap fight, still going on. Pause does come out here. We'll see if these guys actually look to go through this and hold on, or look to go through this. Oh, the soul lane. The soul laners, it's back and forth. A lot of times, it's an island over there. You realize, we're never actually going to kill each other. Why even bother? We're just wave clear and, like, look at each other for 20 minutes. There's some pretty big kill potential. An Earthbreaker on Anatoly, followed up by Driving Strike, is going to drop his health pretty much down to nothing. An extra, one more auto attack or two from Salt Machine would find that kill. At the same time, Salt Machine, he has Mitigate Wounds. He does more damage when he gets low on health because of his passive. But Anatoly has him pretty much within that kill threshold as well.
Yeah, Anatoly going Runeforge to hammer early, so he doesn't have the movement speed. So if he does get caught out on a bad spot, he's going to stay caught out compared to Salt Machine, who did go those boots. So he's going to be able to catch up to him. So Anatoly, his positioning needs to be key. He's going to be taking a lot less damage, but if he gets caught out of position... Actually, Aurora going to dash taunt over on the left here. But Zatman just not in position to hit that heart bomb.
Yeah, he came out of that okay. Weapon coming around the side, over the right side. Defender limits. They're looking for this kill into Anatoly, but Thor is very low. Salt Machine will find that kill. Athena actually dropped down onto Lassus. Looks like that might have been a latch onto the incorrect god. Sometimes they just happen to move across that crosshair when you hit the button. It's annoying, it's frustrating, but unfortunately nothing you can do about it once you start channeling that ultimate. So Aurora will join the party in mid lane. They could look for a pick onto Cloud here potentially. Isis can look for silence, look to buy some time, but Isis doesn't necessarily have the best escape available if Aurora decides, I'm going to preempt the strike and taunt.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to have a stalemate again. I really want to see Return keep up the pressure. I think once Gold Fury comes up here in a couple more minutes, it's going to be a huge fight. Actually, Lassus at these mid camps looking to steal them. I think he got him. Aurora looking for the taunt. We're actually going to have a counter engage. We do see bombs come through. Wubbin getting really low. Does get his Cataclysm off, though, as Lassus is forced to beads and roll or dash out of there. Salt Machine taking out Aurora as well. So support for a support trade.
Yeah, Boulder of the Wall did the trick right there, answered back. This has been the story of this game so far. Kill for kill for kill for kill. Mid lane poke going back and forth, but again, not really much kill potential in this 1v2 for Cloud right now. Just going to look for wave clear and not get caught out on the left side. Yeah, Zatman looking for Nevin, back and forth. Rising Jaguar up in the air, trying to stay alive. Datacare does arrive to join this party. Not going to be able to answer back. Zatman will survive that little bit of a gank, or a little bit of a 1v1 boxing match. Mid lane, Defender Olympus getting dropped down once again. They're looking for Cloud to beyond right now. Aurora not going to be looking to go in, but they found Lassus with the help of Thor on the backside of this. Preemptive strike getting charged up. Aurora will be able to sneak his way back out of this one. Return right now giving Eager a run for their money in this first game of the finals.
Yeah, Return sitting at a 1,300 gold lead. Experience dead even, only a 200 swing in Eager's favor. Just across the map, they've been playing really well. I think a big problem, or not problem, but we see Lassus dash in very aggressively all game, which it's a very risky move, and we have seen him turn it around. You see he's been in most of the fights, 4 assists, 1 kill, but he's also getting return killed by Grishank, who's doing a great job of finding him in the back line after that dashes down.
Yeah, you said earlier as well, Return have a very big early game composition. If they don't start making this work, right now they have a lead, but it's so small right now. They need to really start capitalizing on their team composition before Eager start really getting online. Bancroft's Talisman was completed for Agni. That's a pretty big chunk of damage. Runeforge for Anatoly, who, speaking of, is in a little bit of trouble. Clear the path, gonna go straight back under his tower. Left side, Thor looking possibly to help Nevin here potentially, but the Fields of Love will not last long enough, though. The kill coming in, Flutter gets off in time. Zatman dashing back towards his tower. Rising Jaguar did not find the stun. Ultimate for Ultimate, as 2 were spent for Return, able to sneak away. But yeah, I don't know, how much longer would you give Return until the kind of early game team comps really starts to just caper off a little bit?
Probably about 20 minutes, so probably, I would imagine 2 more Gold Fury fights would be the key. The next Gold Fury fight is going to be the key, as Grishank once again looking for that combo, but elects not to hammer. The rotations were called out. Aurora looking to catch someone here out of position with Datacare in the back. He's actually jumped in aggressively. He could get turned on if he's not careful here. Geb rolls out, and now Datacare is going to get turned on. Beads are forced. Fear No Evil defensively, just a huge waste right as Gold Fury is about to come out.
So Return have a little bit of an opportunity right here. Darkest Nights is down, as is the Defender of Olympus. Blink coming in from Gab, as well as the Cataclysm. Last in the back, caught down, tech down, rip, double tap, won't hit. Don't need the spin to win. Cloud finds that kill with that Spirit Ball snipe. It's now a 3-for-4 battle over here in this left lane. Soul Lane is rotating over. Salt Machine will arrive first. Aurora is getting very low. Preemptive Strike is good to get out. Well, they look for an Earthbreaker, does not connect. Salt Machine was looking for that pull back in. Yep, that looks like it's going to be the call. They're going to collapse back in, start it up, force Eager to either contest it or give it up for free.
Yeah, Cloud's actually going to farm up this left lane here as they rotate over here. Fear No Evil is still down from Dare to Care for 20 more seconds, but they gave time for Anatoly to rotate in here. He doesn't have Hog 3, but let's see if he can do anything. Return picks up the gold tier. Anatoly and Big Baby form. Aurora getting really low, but does hit a 5-man taunt. Is he going to be able to get out?
No, he will not. Nevin finds that one. Zadman has arrived at the party, though. Fields of Love dropped down. Only found Cloud to be on that one. Wub in the back, very, very low. Looking to find some kills, though. 5 members of Return looking to turn this around onto Eager now for some kills of their own. They got the gold for you. They got one more kill in the form of an Aurora. But their tier 2, or tier 1 mid, rather, is going to fall. Slight little consolation prize for Eager, but overall, Return found that first Gold Fury fight they really needed. And Last is out of position again. Pulled back in. It's going to be a bit of a closer fight. Cloud taking a lot of damage, going to be forced out of this one. Salt Machine probably not going to fall. Mitigate Wounds is ticking away right now, as he might look for a little bit more back and forth poke. This is a risky play by Return, as I'll actually be okay. Salt Machine, oh! Les is just barely able to Path of Flames out in time to avoid getting picked up by Salt Machine.
Just barely got out of that. Darkest Nights comes through, a little bit too late in that fight, as Nevin is actually really pushed up and extremely low. I think Zatman's just going to look to take attack speed buff. Yeah, he just has that on timer. So a lot of Return coming out from Eager instead of Team Return there after that Gold Fury. And it looks like we will have an engagement over here on left as Nevin could get low if he gets hit by the Heart Bomb. Heart Bomb just barely misses. Athena ult comes through. Cataclysm, actually, they could turn this around on Anatoly. He doesn't have Big Baby. Nevin will pick up that kill with the poison on Aurora, just dashing out. Thor's up in the air, though.
He is down onto Zatman, found the stun. Is he going to get that? It's not looking like it. One more attack will find the kill. Nevin getting away from his team for the Heart Bomb to detonate safely. Zatman getting picked up again. Return. They're looking to finally establish that lead they need to get going right now. They got that Gold Fury. They've gotten a bunch of kills. They need to look to keep extending this, turning this one into an even bigger lead. Just in the past couple of minutes, they went from not really much of a lead to a 3K gold lead. So they're finally starting to sink their teeth into Eager and actually get that snowball rolling.
You know, funnily enough, actually, Eager is the team that's aggressive this entire game. Return has only been aggressive once or twice. It's really these great counter engages coming out from Grishank and Cloud Deviande that are turning the fights. They've baited out Fear No Evil a couple times. They've baited out Lassus Dash multiple times, and they're just able to pick up these Return kills in the back. Team Return is returning the aggression.
Oh yeah, Geb, Isis, Hercules, and Thor. They're all very good counter-engaged gods. You come in aggressively towards us, well, we're just going to drop all our big crowd control initiation abilities as you're all chasing us. We know where you're going to be coming because you're beelining straight for us. Left side, a little bit of back and forth. Aurora going at it with Nevin. Not really much going back and forth as Zatman arrives back in lane. Gonna kind of back up. I have 1v2 a little more than I want to deal with right now. As Harpies are about to spawn again, Eager already in position, but they know Dare to Care is there waiting for it. I don't expect they'll head over for this left side camp. Right side's a little bit offset as well, so they're probably just going to give those up and look to maybe contest the right side in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Dare to Care picks those up solo, so little bit for Eager getting themselves back in is a little bit, slowly but surely.
For as well as Return has been playing, they're not too far ahead. They're only 3K gold, 1K experience. I do want to see them continue. All right, I want to see them start the aggression like I was saying. And actually, here we do. Actually, we have a blink in over by Geb, but nothing going to come from it. We're going to get stunned out.
They need to look to disengage right now. 4 members of Eager looking to chase down and find that counter engage. Isis right now is just looking to split push that mid lane tier 1. Going to find some damage, but needs to run away right now. Anatoly's coming around looking for that clear the path. Going to run straight into him. Reinforcements across the map might come in as well. Cloud did spot that one out. Popped the Spirit Ball, found that stun. Left side jungle though. Shockwave came across a couple guys. 4 members of Eager still over here. Fields of Love dropped down. No, getting out of that one. Wobbin going to get picked up quickly by Dare to Care. They might look for more as they kind of still grouped up here in this left side jungle. Gold Fury is not up for another minute and 10 seconds, so they're just straight up looking for kills right now in this jungle. It's working out well so far.
Yeah, they're just going to keep picking these players who are going in one at a time. Salt Machine getting low. Driving Strike is down. He's going to be able to walk out of there with Darkest Nights. Great disengage coming out from Team Return. And we saw Thor go up in the air, but elect not to fall down. Eager is just always grouped.
Yeah.
They are just always grouped. And even though they were getting counter-engaged pretty hard, when they see everyone, as long as they don't get counter-engaged by Thor, I think they're winning these fights here. They're looking to continue the aggression. A 4-man invade onto the speed buff, possibly Grishank if they can recognize him here. He has Magi, so he's going to immune that CC and just hammer out. Meanwhile, we do see Zatman get picked up over in left lane 2v1.
Yeah, it's good getting coming in by Salt Machine. Found that kill. But right now, they need to also be worried about that right side jungle. The speed buff was stolen away. Right side Harpy is about to be stolen away as well. Eager are still behind by about 3,000 gold, but right now they have stopped the bleed. It's been sitting about flat at that 3K mark now for about 5 minutes. Gold Fury is about to respawn. If Return can find another fight there, they could keep their hopes alive in this one. But if they lose that Gold Fury fight, like you said a little while back, they need these Gold Fury fights to make this early team comp work. And if they aren't able to find them, Eager are really going to start getting online just very soon and start winning these team fights just in a straight-up fight.
Yeah, Derek here actually going on Nevin here. Great Blink Cataclysm coming through. Derek here just barely beats in time. Nevin going really deep. Rising Jaguar will pick up the kill. They're going to turn on the tier 1 tower with no one to defend. It should fall if they elect to stay.
Indeed. So with that, Gold Fury has now respawned. The jungler is down. So it does mean no fear, no evil potential. It will be up at, well, a little bit after he respawns, but he is still 30 seconds out for that respawn. Sentry Ward dropped down just to clear out this Gold Fury pit. They could look to go back and forth. Zatman about to find a Wubbin for himself, as Wubbin is very much out of position. Darkness Nice drop down, trying to make sure their support gets out of this alive. Eager could turn us immediately into an attempt at this Gold Fury, force the fight if nothing else. Clow as well as Isis trying to find a kill over here. Looking for Gershank, teleporting out the hammer, not able to find it. The taunt from Athena. Gonna mean Gershank gets picked up on that one. Beautifully done. Unfortunately, you cannot teleport your hammer when you're currently getting taunted by an Athena, as Gershank just found out the hard way.
No. Yeah, funnily enough on that thing, Cloud Devion is looking to roll in here, try and pick up this kill. We actually see Geb here. Isis all coming through. That's going to do a lot of damage. Wubbin Eager does secure the Gold Fury, but Aurora could fall as well here. Aurora does fall to Nevin in the back line. Anatoly up in Big Baby trying to kill out Wubbin, but not going to be able to catch him without Sprint online.
Blast is out of mana as well. Nevin looking at this kill in the backside of this fight. Anatoly not going to be able to get there in time to help him out. Has to be careful himself. Silence mid-clear the path. This could be a stun here in a moment for that Spirit Ball. This will be a kill as well. It will be. Clow answers with another one. Zatman 1v2 realizing, heart bomb or not, this is not a good fight for me. Back and forth, the boxing will be good. That was the third kill of that fight
Fire
for him,
Giant, boys. They need to go Fire Giant. I think this is the time. Dedicare is the only one up. Fear No Evil is down. Aurora will be up in a couple seconds, but it looks like they're not going to elect to take anything. They wiped across the map Deicide outside of Hoonbots there, delayed Deicide, I suppose, but they need to get something off this advantage they just got. There it is. They will go for the tier 1 tower over here on left.
I think Fire Giant rather might have been a little risky. Derek was over on that side of the map. Defender of Olympus was available for it to drop in. Neither team would actually have had the Wrath of the Gods to secure the Fire Giant, so it would have been a risky play. It would have came down to who had that bigger burst. Neither team, Circle Protection was down. That would have been the real big, like, oh, clearly just say Circle Protection to the end. You pop that, secure the Fire Giant. No one else really had a huge chunk of burst damage to possibly jump in. And with Derek here, plus a Roar with that Athena, taunt into a Fear No Evil, that's a huge, huge margin for them to bring down that Gold Fury, or the Fire Giant rather. So it would have been pretty risky. They got the tier 1 tower, a little bit of extra gold, answered back. Overall, Return did come out ahead on that one. But Eager, they've gotten to the point. They're able to fight back toe-to-toe. So Return, like I said, need to find something now or this game might begin to slip out of their grasp.
Yep, Hoonbots now with that Deathbringer online, so his passive going to be coming into full effect. One good crit could turn a team fight for him as Aurora might get a little bit caught out here. Driving Strike into the wall after the stun combo. Cataclysm too, they're committing a lot to Aurora. He's going to dash out, Thor's in the air.
Just save that down the back. The Anvil Dawn is good. Tectonic Rift, Berserker Barrage will secure that kill. Lassus made a beautiful Son of Wolf, found 3 members return, but it was not enough. Thor was up in the air with that Anvil Dawn. Lassus in the back now in a spot of trouble. They're looking to turn onto Anatoly here. Potentially the pull from the Earthbreaker is good. Rainfire from Lassus doing a lot. They're grouped up right now, but his tank is empty. Nothing left to throw at those guys. Anatoly with the clear path will survive. Get Out Colossal Fury is up. They're going to look to stay nearby and try and stop this tier 2 from falling, but there's not much they can do right now. Zatman and Derek are trying to find a tier 2 on the left-hand side, but Nevin was able to stop that push by those guys.
Yep, now they're going to rotate into the mid lane here, or into the team fight. Actually, it looks like they're just looking to back off. They don't want to get turned on. They actually might look to pinch Nevin here. This could be a lot of trouble. Fear No Evil, but the CC immunity will take effect. Nevin looking to turn around. He's getting slowed by the Hoonbots. Will get picked up by him as Hercules rotates into this fight as well, but I don't think he's going to be able to find anything without help.
No, you can maybe, chase them down, make sure they can't steal anything, but overall, tier 2 tower for your AD carry, not the worst situation in the world, but as we are now 22 minutes in the game, as the golden hand is getting quite, the net worth of these gods is getting quite large. Nevin is going to be down, I believe, 55-second respawn timer for him, so he's, the respawn times are getting very, very long. They find the right pick. That could be the Fire Giant setup they're looking for. Not having that AD carry as well, it's a lot of damage not on the table currently. So for now, at least, no real sign of these teams looking to rush on the Fire Giant. It is still kind of early, as close as this game is right now. Return have a lead, but Eager coming back with a vengeance in these team fights, so Fire Giant would still be risky at this point, I think.
Yep, tier 1 tower on right, just trying to be defended by Gersheng. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it in time. Yeah, that's just a tap away, though, for a free 500 gold. Right now, Return has the lead they need, I think, coming into this 23-minute mark to stay relevant or to make these team fights even. 5k gold lead, 7,000 experience. And Anatoly really, at 0-4-2, hasn't done much, but in about 5 to 10 more minutes, he's going to come online, and there's going to be no stopping him. They really need to shut him down or get a big lead here early, and that's what they're going to try to do at this Fire Giant.
They have snipped this one out as the rotation coming out of Aurora, dashing forward with the preemptive strike. Rainfire bombs coming down. Circuit protection there is up. Is getting popped. Return get the Fire Giant, but the fight is right now on. Aurora caught in the middle of all 5 members. Cataclysm popped. Anatoly and Aurora take a decent chunk with that, but Derek in the back looking at Finu have found a couple members. They're looking to turn this fight around. Gersheng in the back getting low. Anatoly trying to chase that down. Zapman has arrived. Wubbin will fall. Eager now looking to turn this one around and strip those Fire Giant belts straight on back off Return. Clow on the right lane, very low. Lassus with the stun is good. Flame Wave finds that kill. Return got the Fire Giant, but the fight is not going their way at all. Salt Machine now about to fall as well. That's going to be the third. Wait for it. Wait for it. Drive and strike away.
One more.
Oh, mitigate wounds. He may get out alive.
Lassus dashing in, though. Going to hit the stun. Still really low. Aurora can't keep up the fight, and now Nevin will fall as well. They got the Fire Giant, but 4 fall immediately afterwards. Aurora caught under tower here. Boulder will pick him up, but that was a great Fire Giant sneak from Team Return, but then they didn't know what they wanted to do as a team. You saw them. They were all split up. Meanwhile, Eager calling targets perfectly. You could see one person got caught out. Grishank got bursted first. After that, they switched to Pain, or Cloud Deviande. And then after that, they switched to Salt Machine. So it's just one after the other. Their team didn't know what they wanted to do, whether they wanted to fight or disengage, and they lost 4 for it.
Yeah, I mean, initially in that fight, in that Fire Giant pit, they had a perfect surround onto Aurora. He was the only one who fell, and that was only the tail end. They had him surrounded, but once Eager joined up the fight, they were starting to surround them. They didn't finish securing that kill. Aurora ended up surviving. So many taunts were coming out during that fight, and when Zapman showed up, that was just kind of the beginning of the end. All that damage came out from him, the damage from Lassus, as well as Anatoly's and Gersheng. Gold Fury being contested. Salt Machine going to get burst down on that one. Dare to Care going to deliver an Athena as the Wrath of Gods does come down to secure that one. They have the Wrath of Gods on 2 members, and Dare to Care is a very good, a good god as far as potentially stealing away a big objective with that Wrath of the Gods.
For sure. Fear No Evil, incredible zone control on objectives, and we see Eager take that Gold Fury and now reduce Return's gold lead to only 1,600. 1,800 in experience there, and now Aurora looking for Clow over here, but he's just gonna back off. Yeah, this just seems like Return is falling apart due to lack of experience as a team. You know, they get these big team fights, they get these big objectives, and then they just don't seem to know what to do after that or how to disengage properly as a team. As we do see actually Aurora dash in here, force out Cloud's ultimate. That could be bad. Aurora's going to take a little bit, actually a lot of damage for that. Shell is popped, going to keep him alive. Wubbin actually looking to counter engage with a great blink. Nevin will pick up Aurora, so Aurora a little bit out of position there.
Yeah, they get picked up. Derricker was waiting nearby. I'm a little surprised he didn't leap over the wall, but actually realizing that Fear No Evil was on cooldown, there really was nothing he could do if he leapt in on that one. Could have just potentially gotten locked down himself, so waiting across the wall was probably the wiser decision of those 2 options. With that, though, it's another pick by Return. They're keeping themselves very much in this game. If they can kind of get things together and actually prioritize the targets properly in a team fight like you were touching on, they could still win this game. It's not too far into this one. But right now, that gold lead has shrunk down to just 2,000 gold. The experience lead has shrunk down below 3,000 as well. It's not out of their grasp yet, but it's slipping away for sure.
We see a blink on Lassus here. I don't know when he picked that up, but I just noticed it now, and I actually really like this pickup, especially for how aggressive he's been doing. Early game, we saw him dashing in a lot, looking for kills, and he actually got turned on multiple times. This blink is going to allow him to stay aggressive, get in these team fights, but still able to have his flame wave up, or excuse me, flame dash up and dash out. Salt Machine, though, could be in a lot of trouble. Mitigate wounds is activated.
It is. The damage coming down. Divine Ruin just was applied on this one. Dare to Care finds that quick kill. Salt Machine picked up. Gersheng in the middle of this one. Does find a kill back on his Zapman, admittedly, but the big baby Colossal Fury coming out from Anatoly, looking to find that kill on Gersheng. He will survive this time, but the Return team is looking to collapse in and find some more kills. Last is still trying to find Gersheng. May not find it. Nevin secures the kill. Good stone shift from Wubben to make sure that Xbalanque stayed alive in that fight. Aurora and Anatoly just could not continue to fight that one. They're looking to run away and get out of here. Had this fight been a minute later, that would have been a Fire Giant pickup as well for return. Right now, it could potentially be this Tier 2 tower. An extra 1,500 gold is nothing to scoff at. They are going to pick that up. But you know, it's a small little victory. It's a victory they very much needed to keep themselves going in this one. So, nice play by return.
Yeah, once again, Lassus dashing aggressively in that team fight. He was probably dead anyway, looking for the return kill, though. Doesn't pick it up. So Blink just not very useful right now. I'm assuming he's going to be picking up a combat Blink soon. Dare could get a little bit caught out here. No, it doesn't look like they're going to recognize it and able to pinch him in time. Silence just barely missing. Spirit Ball missing as well. You mentioned the Divine Rune. That's a great pickup coming out from Lassus here. Going to immune a lot of the healing coming out from that Circle Protection on Isis, but even more importantly, it's going to allow them to burst Salt Machine without having to worry about mitigate wounds, completely negating all the damage they do.
Yeah, 2 team fights back, we saw how Salt Machine just barely scraped out of that chase after the Fire Giant, just simply because of mitigate wounds ticking away so rapidly. At this point, I believe it's 90% of the damage he takes while that first 5-second period is active, that he heals back up. So if you hit Hercules for 3/4 of his health bar, he's going to regenerate over 10 seconds, 3/4, well, just shy of 3/4 of his health bar. So it's something you have to keep in mind, something you have to look to shut down. Same thing with the Colossal Fury on Vamana. You see the Weakening Curse was picked up in Hercules. They want to make sure that they have the options of dealing with not only him, but Zapman as well. There's a lot of lifesteal potentially coming out off those Devourer's gauntlets.
For sure. Nevin right now, 30k damage, topping the charts by almost 8,000. So we know that Zapman would counter him in lane here, just because Cupid does so much more, very effective. But coming into this late game, now that he has his Rage online, and now that he's going to be working on his Deathbringer after this item, he's doing so much in these team fights that they need to be careful, because very soon, Nevin's going to be able to 2-shot people. Right now, he could 3 or 4-shot, but once he has crits online for 1,800, it's going to be really dangerous for Eager to get out of position.
Oh, they're looking for the pick on Derek. The Earthbreaker will just narrowly miss pulling him back in towards that return team. Right now, their Fire Giant has been respawned for a little while. They're just looking for a first big pick to get themselves that little bit of a power play, and it looks like they're going to try and bait out Eager right now. They may not fall for this hook, line, sinker, but that Fire Giant is falling quickly. They may just be able to burst this down. Circle Protection drop. Wrath of the Gods about to get dropped. Will they find a freedom of drop down? Eager steal away the Fire Giant, and they're going to be looking for this fight right now in the back. The big baby is up in the middle of this one right now. Return trying to answer back, but right now it's not going the way. Defender of Olympus. The fight is scattered. Xbalanque will be the first to fall, going to Zapman, while both Aurora and Anatoly zoning out the other 4 members return. Good taunt, holding them in. Boulder not turning the slightest. Zapman and Derdicare arriving, looking to fight this one going forward. They're going to look for the dive here. Derdicare going deep, finds Nevin. Salt Machine looking for Zapman, but possibly not able to find the kill. Stun coming out from Lassus, looking to keep him alive. Cloud does find Anatoly, but right now, Eager in control of this fight. Derdicare actually saw man. Answering back 1 for 1 is actually getting a little messy. Eager may have chased a little too far.
Yeah, 2 down for them, 3 alive. Lassus eats are forced out. Salt Machine's just trying to heal up with mitigate wounds. Lassus going to stun out Wubben there, but they don't really have the damage to kill Aurora or Lassus there. Great fight coming out from both teams, actually. You know, great steal, though, coming out from Aurora. Fear No Evil did so much work there. Was it Aurora or was it
I believe it was Derdicare.
Okay, so Derdicare coming out with the hot plays. Just the Fear No Evil, I talked about it earlier. Great zone control coming out. As actually Aurora gets caught under tower, could be in a lot of trouble. Lassus dashes aggressively once again. Aurora going to barely escape, but Lassus is now tanking up the tower. He's actually going to get slowed by Creeping Curse. A couple autos, no, just a boulder. Lassus once again, these aggressive dashes just going not in his favor.
Nah, definitely not. Tier 2 tower in the right lane will survive. There's only 2 Fire Giant belts remaining for Eager. They're trying to sneak in a Gold Fury right now. It's probably not going to be stopped. Thor might sniff this one out and head over to that side of the map and try and stop it, but he's not going to do so. So another 1,500 gold about to go the way of Team Eager right now. Aurora, let's face it, isn't going to be doing much damage to towers. Derdicare will be doing a little bit of damage to towers, but has to get into melee range to actually do it. Zapman is ideally the one you want that Fire Giant buff on. He lost it pretty much early in the fight, so they can look to group up, they can look to siege, but they're not going to have that full-on siege power you might expect after picking up a Fire Giant.
For sure. There's also, we talked about the counter engage from return earlier in the game. It's going to be the exact same late game. Now that they're all level 20, if Eager groups up, they could be in a lot of trouble. It's going to come down to huge ults coming out from Cloud de Viande. Those circle protections are going to be huge, whether on the enemy towers and Phoenixes or on their own towers and Phoenixes. And this back and forth is pretty intense. The goal difference is 53 right now, Xiaodin. 3,000 experience. We're dead even at 33 minutes. Not too often do we see games like this.
Definitely not. I mean, experience, like you said, still slightly in favor. Wubbin does have a 1-level advantage over Aurora, but let's face it, everybody else is level 20. Supports, it's irrelevant and stuff at this point. So experience is even, gold is even. As they look for the pick, Aurora, once again, going very deep, did not find that steal on the buff. Fortunately, was able to escape. Very tanky at this point. Sovereignty Line, Heartward Amulet, as well as that Magi's Blessing. But Dare to Care looking for the pick on Cloud of Beyond. The damage coming out is huge. Circle of Protection, not going to save his life. Nevin does answer back with that kill. Darkest Knight's not going to find a skunk. Gersheng in spot trouble. Bombs from Agni, not going to find a kill. Gersheng trying to get up in the air to get away. Will be able to do so. The burn, had it even been applied, will not find that kill. The crits coming out right now from Dare to Care are just chunking people.
Yeah, that's that Deathbringer at work. Passive in conjunction, just doing so much. He's also gone Brawler's Beat Stick. I love this pickup. He's going to be able to reduce the healing on Hercules. Hercules now, if he gets stacked with Divine Ruin and this item, going to be only healing up 20%. As actually, Lass is going to get pulled under tower here. He will be okay, though, as Aurora looking to fight, but Magi's Blessing is going to immune him. Wubbin not able to find a Cataclysm off of that. Magi's Blessing, so good right now, and I believe they're going to look to disengage until that's back up.
Yeah, they use Shell of Absorption in that as well. Blast is going to have a lot of poke going forward. Dare to Care picked up Crusher.
Okay. I saw him start another hammer. I wasn't even thinking. So you were saying that Zapman really the only one going to be able to do effective use against these Phoenixes, and now we have another. But it's not only that, right? So this passive actually lasts for 2 seconds. So it's actually possible to stack it up on objectives and then turn around and hit the opponent with the increased attack speed.
It's kind of disgusting. I believe it was picked up once in the SPL, and the effectiveness of it was arguable. It didn't quite work out. They were looking for a split push. I believe it was a Batz who had picked it up. They were looking for the split push. It didn't quite pan out. They were very far behind. It was like a last-ditch effort to try and turn the game back around. This time around, it comes down to Dare to Care. He's looking for damage. He's also looking for more physical penetration. There's a lot of physical protections right now on the side of Return. Runeforged Hammer, Shift to Shield, Magi's Blessing, all of the typical support stuff coming out. There's a lot of protections that Crusher is actually going to help in a straight-up fight as well to help get through. And when you do all the math, run all those numbers, with that Deathbringer, when a crit comes out, protections are not going to do much to stop that big burst of damage from Dare to Care.
Yeah, I think that's the huge thing, right? He has the, 51 raw penetration, and then he also has the Titan's Bane passive on top of that. And we saw a huge 900-plus crit coming out. No,
I saw the physical power on Titan's Bane. Ignore me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we saw the over 900 crit coming out onto Cloud de Viande. You really, like, what's his health pool? Taking a look at it, he only has 2,300 health, so that's critting for almost half his life and just one hit. And it looks like we now have Eager in the power position once again, but that's how they've been all game for the most part. Yeah. They're looking to find a pick, but Salt Machine looking for a pick as well. It's the Magi's Blessing fight right now. They're looking to get as many Magi's off as they can. Both teams, there's the blink hit by Wubbin, actually hitting 4. Darks of the Knight's coming through, that's huge. Boulder crushes through, doing some damage, but not really finding anything. Nevin getting low, though. Anatoly can find a huge kill on him in the back. Fear no evil lows. That man will pick up Salt Machine. Grishang returns on Lassus. Now we see Circle Protection come out, but no one's in it. Aurora gets taunted in it, though. Oh, he taunted himself into it. Wubbin really low. Prayed out. Dare to Care.
Sacred Monkey bouncing back and forth, found the double kill, but Nevin answered back. Gersheng now low as well. Zapman looking to chase this one down. Spirit Bowl is good. Zapman very, very low. The hammer not going to be needed. Wind Gust does secure the kill. Gersheng, though, is low. Anatoly looking to clean up and find 1 or 2 more. This could be a full-on deicide here. Going in favor of Return right now. Anatoly not going to be able to get out. Does answer back, but that is the deicide coming out. That fight got very messy very quickly. The Circle of Protection did work in that fight. They didn't get necessarily a ton of healing because Rainfire from Agni was applying the Divine Ruin pretty much to everybody. But the damage, that Circle Protection was charged up almost instantly. Cloud popped it, did a massive chunk to a bunch of people. And it kind of went, it was a messy fight overall for both teams. Return just barely got out of that one up with only Cloud surviving.
Yeah, I almost thought Anatoly was going to kill Grishang with the lightning proc. If Grishang was a little bit closer and Anatoly got one more auto attack, that has nothing to do with the fight. I just thought that would have been amazing. A chain lightning kill. That was close, but Cloud's the only one to survive there here, and now he's going to counter jungle. Good job on taking away the speed, also the blue buff. You know, the mana's not really important at this point, but the 10% CDR on it is. Aurora actually going to look to poke out Cloud here. He is actually going to do a decent amount of damage here to Cloud, yeah. A big chunk, but not going to be able to do anything else. Meanwhile, we do see Return set up for the Fire Giant as Lassus goes to left lane. Unfortunately, going to take up his buffs.
Unfortunately, they do not know he was over there. It could have been a big opportunity for Return to look for a big play. Thor is looking to group up, and with damage buff now in hand, Lassus is going to be looking to join these guys as well. You know, this next fight could be the end of the game. That last one was so close. If it goes well for one team, minute plus respawn times, the Phoenixes are exposed across the map. Either team could win the game off the next fight.
Yeah, as long as they get a clean win with 3 or 4 players up, it's definitely going to be game, I think, as long as they wipe them completely. A strong Dia side here. Anatoly last fight, great decision. That's really the team comp they have with this Vamana. His job is to dive Nevin, who's doing the most damage on his team at this point. You see the damage charts, 40,000, 11,000 higher than Zatman at number 2. So Nevin getting dove by Anatoly is a key here to make sure Eager wins this fight.
Looking for the steal. Athena will drop them. Return does clear the Fire Giant, but now the fight is on. Aurora caught in the middle. Assault Machine finds Lassus with first pick. Cloud finds another one as well. Return might run away with this game. Cloud finds the double kill. It looks like Return may be walking away first game, but Zatman's looking to turn us back around. His low on health. The little dumpling not going to be enough. Nevin finds that kill. It is only Anatoly left standing. They're going to look for this kill, but they could just ignore him right now. They're going to potentially find it. Wait for it. Wait for it. There's the full-on Dia side. Ping's already coming out on that mid lane Phoenix. 4 members standing, Wubbin just rolling down that mid lane with 35 plus second on respawns. Return just took game 1.
Yeah, this is game. This is Return had fantastic positioning at that Fire Giant. They just did it. They did it before Eager. You saw Lassus and the rest of the team go to that left side of the map early on. This allowed Return to really set up in position and that Fire Giant pit. And then Salt Machine just zoned it out Lassus. I mean, this team wasn't around him. Salt Machine just straight up 1v1 Lassus near that blue buff, took him out while the rest of the team secured Fire Giant and then immediately returned with that huge damage boost.
Yeah, I mean, crowd favorite. Eager losing game 1 of the finals. Chat, lots of rips coming out, lots of GGs as well. Return played this game very, very well. We speculated early on that early game team comp coming out from those guys, if they didn't win probably in the first 25 minutes or so of the game, that the game was probably over. Late game arrived, and yeah.
Lassus just wasn't effective, it seemed late. He was getting zoned out by Salt Machine too much. Great positioning by him. And then Nevin did, like, look at that damage. 47,000. I believe he did 7,000 in that last team fight, or almost that, because he was at, like, what, 42,000, I said? Before that last Fire Giant? Yeah. So he did work.
Well, results are in for the bronze match as well, guys. Legion did clinch 3rd place, so right now, Eager are still fighting for their first seed lock-in for the Challenger Cup for North America. So if they lose this next game coming up, that does mean that it will come down to next week. Legion could still clinch a first place overall victory. It's $1,000 on the line for both of those teams. So this next game for Team Eager, if they don't turn it around here, they're going to have a game on their hand going into week 7. But if they can turn this series around, take us to the ace match, and come back with a victory, they'll lock themselves into first place, which I'm sure will be a nice little relief for those guys. And yeah, with that said, guys, we're going to go ahead and cut to a quick little break. Let these guys get started with the second game of the finals for the North American Challenger Cup week number 6. Stick around, enjoy the music. We'll be back here in just a few.